Go.
Hi, welcome to...
Alright, part 3.
Okay.
Speed round, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, you are currently all surrounded by goblins all around you. You have jumped inside this house where you see a cage with this man over here and that lady over there. That lady that you know to be Aragon.
Yes.
She was pulled into the window. Yeah, okay, so she's currently caged, and right in front of you is this giant, massive, bugbear-ish looking creature. Some sort of goblinoid bear. Okay, he goes and stands and it roars at you. What are you doing in here? And it speaks common, of all things.
Really?
This is our home.
Shouldn't judge by
How dare you intrude on our premises?
Somebody talk to
Who has
him.
good
I'm in the
charisma?
cage, so.
I didn't even notice her
great
duck beneath his
charisma,
legs.
actually.
I am
Okay.
15 charisma.
Oh, so he's
I'm
talking
negative
to
two.
you.
Oh, we need a distraction. Hey guys, focus.
+2.
Focus. Hey
17
yo,
charisma.
Lady of the Night.
You're
Lady of the Night ducked under his legs and he did not notice, so you guys need to be a distraction. Who
I'm
needs
out
to
not
do
here.
that?
He's not here.
So
I'll
it's
try and
just
talk
those
to
two.
him.
It's
We're
just
over
them.
here. Don't look
Okay.
at us.
Wait, where's he? Oh, there it is.
What language?
I'm gonna
Oh,
tell.
you speak common.
He speaks common. Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna
That's
tell him that we're
necessary.
just looking for a small piece of an artifact, because the island is going to sink if we don't find it and replace it.
Roll persuasion.
Mention water.
I have +6 charisma.
You have +6
I
charisma?
do.
Yeah, that's
So that's-
legit.
That's 12 isn't terrible. Okay,
Jeez, man.
so you go and you're explaining this to him, and he kind of looks at you, and he's like, so you expect me to give over my precious things for some sort of quest? How dare you enter my home and ask these things of me?
Well, you're going to die without it.
Shh, he
Or-
doesn't know that
you
yet.
Oh, what? I can say that to him.
Connor, you can't
Die.
tell her anything. You're not there.
Oh.
Roll
fair.
persuasion.
Okay.
Roll persuasion.
Quick, roll persuasion.
Oh.
You
No.
knocked it
19.
out. You got 19.
19.
That's not
Persuasion.
bad. Alright.
It's worth 9.
You're going
19.
to die if we don't receive it.
He
Where
starts-
your persuasion?
Detroit.
You did good enough.
20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He starts sniffing the air, and he's like, what do you mean, die?
If we don't collect all the pieces of the cube and put it back together, this island will sink and you will die.
He raises a hand, and
I'm in the cage.
yeah, he raises a hand out the door, and the goblins that are all surrounding you, they kind of stop where they are. They just stand there, all surrounding in this great. Where is this? Okay, this is the door over here, right? They're all like surrounding you.
Okay.
They're not currently in the ravine. They're like inside the
Yeah, but
rock.
still, like, oh yeah, they're inside
Yeah,
the rock.
they're inside the rock. They're underground. Okay. He raises his hand. He's like, the cube, you say? Now, what do you know of the cube?
Does anyone
It
know?
exists.
Oh.
You're not here.
Okay.
Oh, right, sorry.
I only
right.
know.
History check. Can I history check? She's behind
Oh,
you.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's turned around talking to you guys.
Can I
Yeah.
history check
Yes.
for
Yeah, go
what
for it.
all of our information is
Yep.
and relay it?
Or
7.
you don't remember very much.
All right.
I'll just
Does
tell
that mean
them.
I can history check?
Yeah.
Okay.
For everything
I'm
that
pretty
they
sure I
remember.
remember it anyways, but
If
Wait,
you want to
do I
you
have
can go ahead.
to, or can I
If
just
you
say
can
it?
remember it
Yeah.
right
Okay,
now.
I'm just gonna say, oh, I don't know much, but what I do know is that the person that created this island had a cube, and without this magical cube, the island will perish.
Is that what those terrible rumblings were? In my cave. He goes and he pushes past, he grabs the door and actually unlocks both of them from where you were standing. He pulls the doors open and then walks out into the vastness of the cave outside his hut. And he looks up and he shows you that there. And it's a giant rock where it had fallen and crushed several of the huts. He says, these rumblings in my caves. It's because of this cube, you say? Is that what's causing my caves to fall apart all around us?
Yes.
Yes, then we need to put it back.
So.
What is that smell?
Well, that's the fire that we came in with from the way.
There's a
in the room.
fire.
There's a fire in the woods upstairs.
Fire! Fire! He starts speaking in Goblin, and you recognize it very mildly to be something of, there's a fire, and we need to get out of here. So, you actually notice that this cave begins to fill with some sort of a little bit of haziness as the smoke starts to fill up the cave. You go, and he turns around, and He reaches in his back pouch and pulls out this strange little piece.
Yes.
He lifts it up and says, "Fine. As long as you restore the island, we want our caves back." He goes and he takes his men and he runs out this way. They all go to this side. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, they go to this side of the cave, away from the ravine where it was. And he knocks on the door 3 times, and all of a sudden it shifts. This slab of rock, it shifts open and creates this long tunnel for which they start running out of. However, at the same time, the rumblings above you from the fire as the roots start crackling and splintering, you notice that the cave wall over here next to the ravine that was just barely, it's probably a good 6 feet thick of stone, where that hole was too. There are several little trap doors and things to get out into that river or that ravine. You see all of a sudden there's in fact a stairwell that leads down to that ravine where the water is.
All right.
Okay,
Let's
what do you guys
see
do?
it.
Quick, what do I have on me?
You have literally all this stuff is in a chest right next to it. So you go and you see that and you're like, that's all my stuff.
All right, we have to go to the mermaids next. So let's go down to by the
Okay.
water.
You go and you do that.
We can follow.
We can follow the water.
Yeah, we can get in the water and go faster and reach the mermaids.
All right.
Yeah, let's do
Am I
that.
swimming?
So
We
Oh,
don't know.
I've got a water breathing
We
potion.
can always. Well.
We can
I'll
swim
save that
the
though
whole
for when
way.
we really need it.
Oh my gosh, there's a conversation going on.
Yeah, that you can't know.
Alright,
about 'cause you're not
listen,
here.
guys, we're trying to do a speed round.
What do you mean I'm not
You're
here?
deciding
Let's
what to
just
do.
swim.
We're over here.
Yeah,
we're having our own
going-
conversation while
Alright,
you guys are
so
having
we're
your
yeah,
gonna go
okay,
to the
okay.
ocean.
Not here.
We're gonna
So,
go to the ocean.
you climb down
I
into
think
the
it would be
ravine.
if we
You said,
swam
yeah.
the
Yes,
whole
we're
way.
going down.
You guys, you go down into this the stairwell and leads out into the ravine. In fact, there appears to be this little boat. It's more goblin sized, but you think if you manage, you could probably all fit in there. It's more of a barge to the
Including
goblins, but to you,
Ezekiel.
Yes.
yeah. Ezekiel,
I didn't even know
with
that was-
Ezekiel, it starts dipping under the water. Ezekiel's like, I'm not sure. I
Let's-
think I can do
Do we
this.
even need him anymore?
Yeah, alright, bye.
Oh, I can do it. I can do it. No,
We
I'm
can
sure. Yeah.
tie
Please,
him
at least
and tow
untie me.
him along.
Yeah.
No, let's tow him along.
Why don't we just leave him? We
Please,
don't
I
even need
don't-
him anymore.
don't-
He hasn't helped us with the goblins. Goblins or whatever.
Please, I
Let's
told
just
you
look
that.
around for
I
some
just-
floating driftwood and attach him to
I
it.
beg
Why don't we
of
just
you,
let
I
him
beg of
go?
you,
Drag him.
just
Why do we
like-
need to bring
let's like-
him?
Yeah, let's just let him go.
I
just
don't
extra
trust
weight.
him.
Let's
I
take
don't-
him out to
Where
the
are
middle of the
you?
ocean
Where are
and
we?
just drop
We're
him off.
over here.
I think
This
we
is
could
the
just let him
forest, that's the
go.
ravine.
Okay.
I want to take him out to the middle of the ocean and drop him off.
Okay, well we
That
can't
just
take him with
sounds
us.
cool.
He's too heavy. We can let him go.
Plan B.
Please,
Yeah.
I beg, just let me go.
Plan you
He's just gonna go find a bar anyway.
I cut his ropes with my dagger.
Okay. You
Okay.
do that. You do that, and
We can all.
thank you.
talk.
Thank you.
We're all
sir.
together.
Thank you.
Oh.
He looks up and sees a tree has actually fallen, and it's all on fire. Crashes across this ravine and snaps and splinters, sending sparks showering down on top of you. The water is still rushing out through this ravine as it curves around a bend and out somewhere along the lines further into the forest. We'll stop there for a moment and go back to the rest of you at the forest edge. This fire is still
Let's get
ablaze.
moving.
You've been waiting here all this time, and you're like, well, we kind of lost our
Roasting
friends.
some
Yeah, we're just
marbles.
gonna wait here and see and wait for them.
We were never
that what you do?
friends. I just
What are you
like
guys
to
doing?
point out.
We're just gonna wait here for them. Right, guys?
No.
No, we're gonna kill Blake.
Oh god. I like look at your face and I'm like, I'm thinking that you're not paying attention. I was like,
Inflict wounds
what's
on Charles.
we're,
Inflict wounds on Eagle Bird.
we decided we're gonna no.
Fair enough.
They have advantage. Both
Alright,
of them.
mine's fine.
Here, here's 2 dice.
Thank
You
you.
Science.
As we're all 3 in a group chat, you're like, let's do it, guys, come on. And then,
Screw
and then
you,
I text
Connor.
him, I'm like, wanna kill him? And Charles like, yes. ASAP. Okay, what are we rolling for? Hit?
Yeah.
Come on.
18!
Yeah, that hits.
Yep.
18,
That
boys!
definitely hits. Alright, each of you look what you're using and then roll that
The
damage dice.
scimitar.
Okay, what is that?
1d6 5 times.
You mean +5.
What? Yeah, that's +5.
Or plus
There's no
five,
way that's
sorry.
5 times.
Times
Oh.
5, Okay.
5,
8.
8.
Okay.
I'm
And
really
Yeah, that's
my
it.
2 spears.
okay.
Nope, that's it. No matter what
Finally.
you do, I'm dead.
So attack bonus
You're
is
finally
1d8
dead.
plus
Not
Connor
necessarily
uses
true.
teabag.
If they get double your damage, you're instantly dead.
I'd also
Yeah.
like to throw his body in the fire
4.
before he does something to his body.
His body's just a
4.
cloud.
We can't be here.
So 6.
This is where the forest fire is.
6 damage
Yeah.
with 1 spear.
There we go.
6 damage with 1 spear. And then 4 damage with the other.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's not
He's
double.
dead.
What?
Not
That's
all-
not double?
What? How much damage total was that?
6, 7,
10.
8.
8 plus your 8.
6
plus
and
7.
4.
8 plus.
I
What
thought
did
you
you
had
have?
10. You said 6 with 1, 4 with the other.
I have 8.
That's 10.
Sorry.
Oh, 8
Oh,
plus
you're
8,
right.
16.
Yeah,
Double is
6,
8.
7,
My
8.
double
Okay.
is 18.
Okay. Yeah. So
No, I had 10.
He had 10.
I had 10.
He
You
rolled
scored
6
10?
and then
No,
4.
yeah. I did 6
10.
and 4.
I had
Yeah.
18.
that's
So
double.
never mind. Double.
What?
8. I
He
had
rolled
8.
10.
He rolled 10 damage.
Yeah, that is double then.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Tobias.
Finally.
They stab Tobias, and all of a sudden, just
And
he's
Hezekiah
caught off guard.
pops out. Get that trash.
He's caught off guard as all of a sudden his black misting form all of a sudden just begins to evaporate from the body, and where you would expect blood, it's just this darkness pouring out, and then all of a sudden you see this light shining through, this bright light, more radiant than it's ever been before, as this misting falls away, and all that's left behind is the other personality
Yes.
of
Nice.
Hezekiah, who
Let's
kind of
go.
he kind of tips
The
over
chill
sideways, and he falls into your arms. He's just, oh. And what do you say to him? Okay, what are you guys doing? You're here at the edge of the forest. You've lost all your
Always
friends. You've shed the skin of Tobias. He's permanently dead.
Sorry, you're black again.
And you're almost dead. You're at 1 health point.
Please help. I'm sorry for Toby.
Wait, so
Sorry.
Alright.
he's
Miss me
still
with
dying,
that.
right?
Yeah, he's at 1 health point. So like, if you did
Hard
anything, then he'd
pass.
die.
Alright, well, we need to make it to the mermaid,
What do you
so
think we
let's
should
go do
do?
that.
We're gonna get in the boat.
Crazy. You're going down
Yeah,
rabbit
So,
hole.
sorry, Aragon.
Hold up. We'll go back to you guys.
So which direction are
Let's
Did
we
we
keep
let
going
him
now?
die?
That wasn't me. That was Toby.
But it's between the
I don't
3
know,
of
look
you
how
right
much
now.
stuff he's done.
Did we kill Toby? Is he?
You've killed
he can
Toby,
never
dead
come
and gone.
back?
No, Toby's not coming
Oh.
back.
Alright,
He's
Should we
just,
save
he's
him?
literally a being of just pure light. There's no
Hezekiah is
darkness.
totally different than Toby.
Hezekiah has
Totally
been
different
chill. He
person.
hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've tried that.
I'm
Hezekiah's tried to
gonna
help
I'm
where he
gonna
can.
cure his wounds.
Sure.
1d8.
Alright, do that.
Sure.
And what are you guys going to do after this?
Dang, that's almost full health again.
Okay,
Alright,
you do that.
thanks.
6.
Got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got a Hezekiah.
You lose all the abilities that Tobias
Yeah.
provided, but
That's fair.
yeah, you still have what Hezekiah has.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? You're sitting there at the edge of this forest, and you're just like, well, we just killed someone,
What
and he's
can we
gone,
do,
but
like,
Hezekiah's still
Hezekiah?
alive. What are you doing?
What do you think we can do, Hezekiah?
Honestly, all I can think of is just kind of wait and see what happens. 'Cause we can't go into that fire without dying. Unless you have something that could maybe help us with
Did you
that.
just read it?
Yeah.
What is Eagle Eye?
Yeah, no. That can only help you see far away.
Yeah, and we know what's happening.
Yeah.
Technically.
Well,
I mean, we shouldn't, but
Yeah.
How many pieces do you have there?
Yeah, there's we can't really do
5.
anything this
Yeah.
far away.
5.
If Toby were
That's
still
not good.
no, even then.
11.
His teleportation thing
There was
can only
what?
go 15 feet.
Something
So
like
Toby
that.
wouldn't have been of
One
any
more.
help either.
I don't think
Um,
people have really done that
Did someone
before.
take one of our pieces?
Play with my hand.
Really? Why?
yeah, I have one.
You do?
Give
I
it
s-
to
no,
me.
I still have one.
Oh.
I put it in my pocket
You
when I
idiot.
grabbed
Okay,
it.
good.
Oh yeah, you
Where
should
did
definitely stay back.
Isaac.
'Cause we don't want to lose a piece.
Exactly.
So what are you guys doing? The 3 of you. What did you just say?
We're just gonna
We're just gonna
stay
wait.
back because there's nothing we can do.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So you 3. Wait.
Yeah,
3,
Akal,
4,
Arya, Lady of the
5.
Night, and
There's
Aragon.
5 of you. Holy cow!
Yeah, I was taking
I keep
Yeah.
forgetting how long, like, how big this group is. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wait, big. Okay.
you're sailing down this
What?
river ravine, and you come out of the forest actually after some time. The
Maybe.
crackling sparks above you begin to cease, and the forest life, you actually see little rabbits and squirrels running along the side of the ravine. A rabbit actually jumps over the ravine, like at this point where it gets slimmer and slimmer, and finally it comes out to this point where they drop in a severe cliff and out into this free-flowing river out in the hillside. In location to them, it's over here,
It is me.
like pretty far this way.
This is
You're in the.
So wait, what is like my
No,
knowledge
we're
and
the
purpose
fourth.
of this thing?
No, we're
I just
over
like,
here.
hey, you found me and now I'm here.
You're one of their friends. Let's mention this because we didn't go too far into this. This is your friend.
My name's Jazzes.
Jesus.
Jazzes.
You remember him from a while ago?
Jesus.
What is
Jesus. Jazzes Temparius.
Was it your paladin? Alright, remembering that, oh my goodness, this is, Connor, this is our good friend, you're not here, but, oh my goodness, for the four of you that recognize him, these are your four, this is your friend. Hey, this is Jazzes. Oh, I remember him.
Join our boat.
We lost him a while
Oh,
ago.
wait, the only ones I would know is like Blake and Isaac and Connor.
No,
No,
the
this is different.
character.
Oh, okay.
This is a different campaign. Yeah. So, you know them, and you're like, oh my goodness, this was our friend that we
Yeah, I
lost a
don't
while
think Toby's
ago. We
playing
thought you were
anymore.
dead. Oh, that's
Try to
crazy.
get him.
Alright, you're somehow alive.
That
Here's our
changes-
quest. What is it again?
That changes what I would have done.
We're trying to find all the cubes.
I would have.
Yeah.
I would have run.
To save
my
the
character would
island.
have run through the forest.
Alright,
to get there.
Jazzes, get on the boat. Alright, we're going.
We need to go back now.
Hey,
No, screw
did
that.
forest fire
No.
travel over
No, we
yet?
need to go back.
Are you there?
You're
No.
all on the boat already.
Yeah.
We're-
Oh,
You
yeah.
traveled down the
What are
street.
you telling
I still say we need to go
I
back.
assume
I'm,
the forest fire
Yeah.
I'm there, but I'm like
traveled
bitter. I'm
to
just
the
like
and there was the tree across.
doing this,
Listening.
upset that we
You
left
all
our
came
friends
out.
behind.
You all came out on these gentle fields, and far off in the distance you can see a bay, a great bay, a sea, reaching far out beyond the horizon. A sea bay, a bay leading into the sea. Yeah, but these are the rolling hills. That was kind of the terrain that you were at before you went into this goblin woods. Okay, what are you doing? Because you're kind of far over
The
here. You
bay?
think your friends were over here, but you're like,
We're
you're on a
gonna-
river riding
We're
comfy.
gonna start singing to the mermaids come. What?
We're gonna search for the mermaids.
Oh yeah, we get in the boat
We're at the
and
bay.
we go.
That's where they would be, the lagoon.
Okay, you guys decide to keep going?
Okay, are these like typical mermaid sirens?
You're
Okay.
gonna roll into it.
So, I asked all of you to like shove wax in my ears and tie me to the mast.
I'd like to teleport over here.
Because if we're gonna go see mermaids,
I still got
I'm
50 feet
I'm
of
trying to
rope.
be safe.
Wait a
Let's
second,
do
am I the
this.
white guy?
You're not there.
We're starting 20.
Yeah.
No way.
Now you're white.
You're not dark
But you just try to
anymore.
Oh, fair enough. Alright.
They're not whatever. What are those called? Cyruses? Yeah, they're some
Yeah, but all
sirens.
mermaids are
Sirens.
like mermaids are
Bunch
evil.
of
We
Is
don't
that
know
the kind
though.
of mermaids in this
We
thing?
don't
No,
know.
we don't know
All
mermaids.
mermaids.
I refuse to
No.
call them
Okay,
Listen.
Cyruses.
If someone wants to, they could roll a history check.
I'll do
I
that.
just
You no
wanted-
longer have Ezekiel. What he told you was mermaids. So that's the word that you have to go off.
I just want to
Yeah,
I'll
clarify.
roll history
My
check.
character is like insanely romantic.
Somebody
I'm
roll
gonna
it.
like, do whatever I want
Okay.
to make sure that like
Desmond,
whatever
Okay,
I
I'm
want
rolling.
is-
No, I'm rolling the history
Roll
check.
it.
So that's why I'm
There you go.
asking you to tie me to the mast.
Yeah.
You're like,
Wax in my ears.
Sirens, mermaids, they're all kind of the same thing, I think.
Hey,
Some of them might be hostile. I don't know. They're like people.
Okay, so there's.
So did someone do what I just
off and
asked?
on.
I'm
I'll
trying
do
to
it.
tie
Yes, we
myself
did
to the
that.
mast.
I'll do
Did
it.
she do it?
It's
Okay.
a team effort.
Thank
Okay,
you.
team effort.
Thank you.
Okay, team effort.
Wait,
Alright,
can I just
go.
give you the
I
sleeping
can't hear
potion?
anything you guys
No,
say.
he's up there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You lot have sailed down this river and you come to this quite pristine bay. Out in the middle of it, there's a single rock.
That's from Harry Potter. Again.
Yeah, I know it is.
Okay.
You did not open an egg underwater, in fact, but you are sailing out into this ocean bay. You see this large rock in the middle of this lagoon.
Okay.
And,
watching this
it is actually just now dawn, so the sun is rising.
Sun is rising.
Yeah, the sun is
The forest
rising on the
still
lagoon.
firing?
Yeah, the forest is still on fire. Forests tend to burn for a while, so you know, it's just
I
an
asked
infernal
him
smoke.
if it jumped too.
Oh, you don't know. You're way over here, so it's just like it's out
You used
really
Charles
far
Eagle
away.
sight. Did it?
You can fly it far, and you're just like, you want to do that?
Yeah, Charles, join back in.
I
I
thought
don't-
he
I
only
don't-
flies like a chicken.
I fly like a chicken, but if the trees are all burnt down and on the ground, it's-
You could try to fly up, but
Yeah.
I wanted to see like what are the perimeters to see if we could just go around.
so do you fly like up to see that, or? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, you do that. And you fly just like barely above the trees, flapping your wings rather prematurely as you're not quite ready to fly.
Okay.
But you see
Learn to
out
fly.
the forest bends over here, and while it is increasingly dense forest this way, it is pretty thin along this edge, and it goes and continues along those hills. And you know you're on an island, so everywhere around you is ocean at some point. But there's a hills kind of terrain this way.
Wouldn't some of the trees over here be on fire too?
Yeah, no, the trees are on fire, like all in this massive area. Yeah.
Can you see if it jumped?
Oh yeah, the fire is jumped.
Oh, okay.
I
Good to know.
am doing everything.
Here, yeah, let's just, there we go. This is fire. Oh, one turned off.
There we go.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing?
I'd like to travel this way.
Okay.
Did you
To the
tell
hills.
us about that first?
Oh yeah.
Just
Hey,
maybe.
there's hills over here, and they lead somewhere.
Sick. Alright, let's go.
Possibly the ocean, and by possibly I mean they will lead to the ocean.
Are you living on that island?
Lighting
On
down.
an island.
All right. So, the rest of you, as you travel this way, well, let's say for you guys, you eventually run into a sort of river along the
Oh.
hills.
Okay.
Some
Okay.
sort of river.
Some sort of river, while everything else has been kind of tarnished by this fire as it's spread across the rest of the forest, and most of it is still lit on fire and still burning off into the distance. You see the river here, and you go, that's coming out of the forest. That might have been helpful to our friends that we very well may have burned alive.
You're gonna walk it.
We follow the river to the ocean.
Okay.
Low battery mode.
You're doing this while meanwhile all that was going on, and you come out at the ocean. Let's say you're over here on a far hill when you see your friends actually on a boat in the
Hey,
lagoon.
In
here
a
we
lagoon.
are.
So you're far away, you're beyond yelling distance,
I still
but you
yell.
see them. You yell and they don't.
Hey, here we are.
Here we are. Okay, so
This
we can
guy's
go ahead.
nice,
and
but he's an idiot.
We're gonna move all this stuff, and we're gonna go to the lagoon. Okay.
Erase.
You want to just redraw it over there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's use that one.
Wait, that was, yeah, that was like
I'll draw
a
a big
face
one.
with the guy sleeping.
What time is it? That's
126.
All right, we're getting there. We're at the end.
God. Okay.
Okay.
I still have so much left, you guys. Like, I want a full on, like, I want another fighting scene.
You have a double shot,
You could have tried to fight the
and you didn't
forest.
give it to me.
All right, here we go.
Fight it, Allie.
Now, all that you remember him saying, Ezekiel saying, is that the mermaids have the last piece, and that's all that you know, and all the
we
information.
only
he's
need
given
one
you.
more piece?
Yeah, because freaking bird person over here is being an idiot and
Safe.
selfish with the piece.
Fair.
It's safe.
Right, so you
Not
have
in
one
the
more
fire.
piece.
Yeah.
All right,
True.
So
It almost was.
you get to this large lagoon as the sun is rising, and you actually see, Desi, you see out on that rock, as you're singing your song, you see something is actually
Is she a mermaid?
sitting on this rock,
What?
on this rock, on this rock.
Am I
Oh,
mermaid
I thought-
secretly?
I thought. Wait, so you said she's
What?
singing a
I don't think
song?
Desi.
We're all singing. They're all singing a song in the boat.
Everyone in the boat.
What for
besides
what?
me.
Besides you, sure, yeah. They're all
And
singing.
then
a
whip
song.
out some gillyweed and go in the water.
Alright, yeah.
So you are currently sailing out towards this rock right in the middle of the lagoon.
I love Harry Potter.
Here's what the lagoon looks like. Your river came out of there, and it goes out that way.
I start
There's
swimming.
like nothing on it.
What?
You're just a fighter.
Does it look like this?
I
Noble.
honestly think Logan. Wait.
That was one of our first
Yeah,
character sheets.
Logan made that one, but I named it. And that's it. Otherwise,
It's like when we were just testing out D&D.
I'd like to try to swim to the rock.
I'd like
Okay,
you
you're
to.
way too far out.
Pop me.
You're all in a boat.
I want to start swimming towards the rock.
You're over here. You're
Oh,
slowly coming this
crap.
direction.
You guys are like on the shore.
kind
Yeah.
of should have missed.
Alright, guys.
So
I'm
you guys-
now I'm gonna swim.
Are all in this boat, and you see out on this large rock. It's kind of flat, closer to the water, but you see what appears to be some sort of woman on this rock.
Some sort.
She goes and she kind of waves at you, her hand graceful in the air. She waves and looks at you, and she's waving.
This is how they do it.
Oh yeah,
Waves
just like this.
it's
Here,
like
She has an arm.
from the mermaid.
Mermaids have arms.
It's like you're washing a window.
And all of a sudden, she puts her hand down, and she kind of does this back bend
The
and
Karate
slides
Master.
back into the water, off the rock,
Oh, frick, she's coming.
into the water.
or not.
Okay, what do you guys do?
Wait, her
Your
head
boat's still
falls in?
sailing.
We just
Or
sail the boat to
her
the
whole
rock.
Her entire
Yeah.
body.
Oh.
I'd
I'm
rather
not
be
going
all
in that
on the
water,
rock
bro.
so we can like,
Good
know.
luck.
See you later.
No, we have to
I'm
talk
out.
to
How
them.
big is
No,
this
we
rock?
sail the boat to the rock.
I know,
With
but
the
if we
people.
actually think about this
The
though.
rock is pretty
Yeah, let's go to the rock. But then if they have it underwater, we're gonna have to be real nice and get them to go get it for
big.
us.
I have
What
no. I
underwater?
have
Oh,
an
that's what I-
underwater breathing potion.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the rock.
So
Okay.
we're gonna
Yeah.
sail to the rock.
Yeah, we're going to the rock.
You sail to this rock just as you get here. You notice that behind you, your friends are actually on the bank.
So
Hey,
let's all get off
here
the
we
boat
are.
and push
Can they
it
hear us
towards
yet?
them.
Yeah, they can hear you.
I saw
You didn't
them.
notice
Hey,
them.
here we
Hey!
are.
Do you want us to push the boat to you?
No, I'm gonna swim.
Alright.
yes, please give us the boat. I'm not trying to get you some.
I start.
Alright, well he's going to swim.
I want to wait. I want to persuade. I want to persuade him before he jumps in.
Follow the boat.
Oh snap! They're gonna-
What
he's
the
gonna try-
heck?
Can I persuade
That's
him before he
legit.
jumps in because he's dumb?
Yeah, where's his
I
bed?
didn't
Can
have
I
it in
persuade
me
him
give
to
you
stay
one.
before he jumps in?
You
'Cause he's
You
dumb.
can talk
One
him
of us
out and
takes
try.
the boat back, pick them
Oh
up.
really?
He's your person, yeah. You can't really force him to do it once against his
Dang
will,
it.
but
Right.
Don't jump in.
Do it.
Because
Jump
there's a
in.
freaking mermaid that
Connect
could
it to
be
there?
eating you.
We
Let's
don't
see
know
what
if
your
we
roll
Let's
is,
go.
bud.
Yeah, either
Okay,
way
go.
you're gonna jump in.
No.
Yeah, I knew it.
What did you want? A 20?
Yeah. Bull crap.
Okay.
Alright, jump in.
You're waiting here,
Thoughts in
listening,
me.
listening. You decide to go ahead and jump in the water.
As the boat is there.
As the
Oh
boat,
my
the boat
God.
actually comes past you. It's
Should've
just,
killed him.
it's
Hey,
Don't need it.
You're out in the middle of the lake. You're in the water, and all of a sudden you feel something brush against your leg.
Oh,
I
my
swim
lands
as
up.
fast as I can.
Too
Give me-
late. You're dead.
But
Kill him.
unfortunately, mermaids are like sharks and
No.
they're so much.
14.
The
Oh, I
distress
thought that was a
signals
I
word.
give
in
a
the
speed.
water.
That was a 3. That was a 3.
That was a 19.
Definitely. I call reroll.
I'm not re-rolling. I
That
rolled
was
a
on the
19.
side.
It's a 19.
You feel
I
that brush
watched
against
it.
your
I
leg, and as
watched
you
it.
begin to swim faster, all of a sudden that brush against your leg, it comes back and it brushes against your other leg. And all of a sudden you feel this great torrent of water
I
around
give
you,
up and let
as if it's some
it
sort of
Can any of us cast a spell for him to breathe
as if
underwater?
it's some sort of riptide. When all of a sudden you feel your leg, a hand wraps around it and pulls you
And he
down,
only has
down,
one
down
health
underneath
anyway,
the water.
he's dead.
No, I have
Your
five.
eyes
Oh,
blurry.
Cross healed me.
Do you even open your eyes underwater? Because I know you
19.
don't in real life.
Yeah.
But do you?
Yes,
I
Hezekiah
see.
does.
Hezekiah-
Blake does.
Hezekiah opens his eyes underwater and he sees what appears to be some sort of fish, but he looks closer and he thinks he sees a woman. And, I mean, from your background, you'd probably say, hey, looks
That
like a
was for
fish
nothing.
woman. And you're plunging down into the darkness and you feel the breath in your chest just concave and you feel just escape out of your mouth and your your ears pop and you feel this great you feel this great tension upon you
That's
as you go
amazing.
back into the darkness and you disappear, you black out.
Wait, can I do
He's
something
gone.
before I black out?
Nope, you're gone.
You're
Please.
gone forever.
No,
No,
please.
you're dead,
Trust
Blake.
me. Trust me.
Yeah,
What?
for swimming with
I'd
him,
like to cast
spirit
inflict
infested
wounds on
waters.
myself.
What?
It's
If
game
I'm
over.
gonna die.
15. 2. Dead. Game over.
Wait, what? If a player
He
dies,
just killed himself.
yeah.
Game over.
You
Why is
inflict
it-
wounds upon yourself. All of a sudden, you hear this like.
Wait,
As
is
you
the
feel
game over for
yourself
the rest
being-
of us?
No, it's just for
Oh.
me.
As you feel holes being poked in your skin, and the water, that great tension around you, rushing into your body and filling you, and tearing you apart. The mermaid lets go,
Alright, he's dead.
As you
Blood
just-
fills up.
evaporating in water. Your being of light just dispersing. You see these little bubbles, and when the bubbles reach the top, they kind of, and you see this little dim light rising up into the sky.
And as
It's
it
about the
flies-
size of a quarter.
As it flies away, it says,
I pop it.
Charles, you're so
I pop it.
Oh my god.
What? Connor.
It's a little bubble. I pop it.
Okay, did you get in your ship?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. definitely.
You're riding back, and you're right by it.
Bubble.
My friends, I missed you.
You pop the bubble, and all of a sudden, that little bit of light inside the bubble shoots up to the sky like a beam, just and evaporates, disappears.
He didn't whisper
We sure
anything?
have
Yeah, you can whisper something to him if you want.
Like, should have said.
Also, I killed you, so like basically.
Okay,
killed you.
well,
Alright.
now we have left to deal with mermaids.
No,
They
you're
You're
murdered
sailing
so
back
many.
over here,
So,
and you make it back over
so
here.
yeah.
All right, your boat's
You're
here.
welcome.
You're all on the rock.
Cool.
The ocean
I
is
say,
still,
no.
and the sun
Thank God.
off over here is slowly rising.
Does anyone speak mermaid? mermaid?
I
No.
don't.
Is that
Is that
even
its own
language?
language?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I speak undercommon.
I don't think
Do you
that's
speak?
it.
Do
I
you
mean, they
speak
speak,
bubbles?
Eh.
You speak fish?
Hezekiah. Hezekiah.
Alright,
What?
someone needs
could
to go in the
speak
water.
fish?
What?
Why?
No more.
Because we're just kind of sitting there. So
Well,
we
can we
can't-
wait
We're
for
just
mermaids
wait.
to come?
Alright, let's just wait.
Oh, wait.
Now we wait.
I'd like to
Wait.
view my surroundings.
Hold on.
Is there anything
Why do you
around?
think my voice
Wiggle
is
at?
loud?
Yeah, it's like
I
you're
don't
still in
know
the
how
boat.
to right now.
Oh yeah, Evan's still tied up in the boat with wax stuffed in his ears.
Okay.
Okay,
Is there anything
However,
That's how
Um,
you wanted it. So.
surrounding this that's part of
Yeah,
this mermaid
Evan
lagoon?
was
Like
like-
a cave or
listening,
anything
listening. Charles is asking if
I
there's
feel like even
anything
if I wanted to go
around
to
the lagoon. He's looking with his eagle vision. He stands up in the highest point of the rock.
Maybe a
And he
cave.
looks around, and he sees, in fact, the water does appear a bit darker just below them here,
Oh crap!
where it gets suddenly deeper.
Crap.
So
It's
Oh, it's
a
where their
hole.
secret lair
you
is.
go like this, where it's a little bit more shallow, and then it gets deep again. But there's like a hole in what you would perceive to be some sort of like lava rock.
We can murder them all.
Dang it, dude! We needed him for the light. We could have just thrown his body
Sorry, I
down
killed
there.
myself.
Ugh.
Should have killed yourself down there.
Oh, fair enough. Alright. I'll come back.
He would
just
still
for
go.
you,
He
bud.
would still go up.
Okay, let's wait then. Let's just wait for a mermaid to come up.
No, wait, he still wants to just. Oh, well, he does see that. Okay.
Should
So
we
we'd like
set
to
up
wait
camp?
an hour.
Should
No,
we
it's
set up
dawn. The sun just rose.
Oh,
So right now it's like, I don't know, 5 a.m. Let's wait till 6 a.m. We're waiting.
we haven't slept at all, so it
Real
doesn't
quick.
matter what time
Real
it is.
quick,
Yes.
Are
Okay.
you talking about
Sleep
I
is
wanted to say
irrelevant.
I haven't been listening
What
because
do
I
you
have wax in my ears.
Real life?
Um, I just
Listen.
shout out.
Listen,
Are these like the ones that like entice you with music?
he's still got wax in his ears. So I'm gonna
Shut
take
up.
We
it
don't
out.
know. They haven't
we
done
haven't
anything
seen,
yet.
we haven't heard them at all.
If
That's
if
why
they
you put
if
wax
they
in
are
your ears.
if the coast is clear,
You didn't
untie
know
me,
why?
please.
I thought he just like.
Wait,
No,
they
we'll
tied
leave him
you
because
up?
we don't know.
Don't get
We're
my
gonna leave
ears
him on.
sick.
We're gonna leave Evan on the boat
All
because
over
we
my
don't know.
body.
Okay, we don't know.
What is
All right.
he
Alright,
doing? Listen to the
we
table.
like to. We're gonna take a nap.
Like my orifices.
What do you
No,
want?
we cannot take a nap on the rock.
What would you
Okay.
like to help us
Okay.
with this right now?
I don't know. I'm incredibly religious and idealistic, so.
Alrighty.
You waited on this rock for an hour
Till 6 a.m.
over the course of the. Yeah, you did that, right? Okay. Is anyone low on health points?
I am.
You're dead.
I'm
Get out of
incredibly low.
Nope.
I think I'm minus.
Oh wait, yeah.
Okay.
How do my health
Use
points
my
work?
You
right
can
now?
you can roll a hit die.
How do my health points work?
Oh,
right
you're
now?
fine. You're fine. You're at full
Hit
health.
die.
Okay.
I'm at
Three.
full
Holy
still.
crap, man.
Where's my health?
Just one?
Oh yeah. there
Yeah.
it is.
So you gain 2 health points.
Yeah.
What's
that,
you
Mark?
keep track?
There's Ray. You
What?
too. Alright.
I feel 6.
If you're
What, I
ill,
please?
only if you're.
If you
you're
don't
missing
have full
points.
health
Yeah,
points.
I am.
Okay.
Can I roll this one?
Your hit die. Isaac, would you help her or Blake?
That's a D. That's this one.
Okay.
Yeah, 1d10.
Nine?
Congratulations.
So you gain 9 hit points back.
I just healed 6.
All of them.
Okay, you were dead.
So it's
Hit
actual
points.
full health.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah,
ready.
if that reaches back to
Okay,
full
so
health,
we're
then
all.
yes. Okay. So you're waited there on this rock, just kind of basking as the sun begins to get hotter and hotter,
You looked at my phone though.
and you don't really,
I was trying to look past it.
you don't really see anything, but you think that you can hear. Every once in a while, you hear a little bubble, plop, and in that a little tinkling, almost as if a bell is
Okay.
sounding beneath the water.
Okay, can I firebolt? Obviously, it doesn't work. Dang it.
Obviously.
Alright, do you guys think I should drink the water breathing potion?
Yes. But no one else has that. Wait, do I have the? Can you read this?
Yeah, what?
Can
She
I
can
drink
share.
half of it?
What are you looking for?
That'll last half as long, so sure.
Okay, I don't know how long it lasts.
Wait, can we do it together?
No, I wanna go
I've got
down
some-
for like a test first.
What do
So
you
can I only drink like a third of it, and now I can hold my breath for like
Yeah, it lasts 5
like
minutes.
5 minutes?
It lasts 5 minutes, the total thing.
I'm looking for
No,
water.
normal people can hold their breath for 3.
Okay, fine. 10
With my
minutes.
bread.
You have
Okay.
water.
So,
and you
I'm
have-
10 minutes
only-
plus your normal.
I can't.
Oh, water potion.
10 minutes plus your normal breath.
No.
So I'll be down there for like 4.
Maybe like a minute.
For like 4 minutes.
Alright,
So
go.
I'm only drinking enough water potion for 4 minutes.
And you're a dark
Alright,
elf,
let's
right?
go.
Yeah.
So you got
Let's go
dark
down
So
vision.
I
there.
have dark vision.
Okay.
So I
So-
go down. What do I see?
You're blue?
Yeah.
Start the
Alright.
timer.
Start the
for
timer.
4 minutes.
Kind of cool, actually.
What am I rolling for?
Start
Serious,
a 4-minute
yes.
timer.
Start a 4-minute timer.
Okay.
Alright, let's
So,
go.
you don't need to roll right now. You're swimming down into this cave. It's this large channel of lava rock deep, deep down underneath the water. You go deeper and deeper, and suddenly you find yourself about 40 feet down as the tunnel continues going. Do you continue to go down, or do you swim back up?
I continue to go down.
Okay, you swim down deeper and deeper and deeper, when finally you find that it curves up into place. And you swim over, and there's air you find above you. Okay, so you go and you reach up, and we can actually stop the timer because you found air. You still have that water breathing potion on, so if you need to, you can go back underneath the water, but that only lasts for a certain amount of time.
So do you want to go back with everyone?
But you do find that there is a channel here as the cave continues horizontally, sort of dipping in and out of air pockets.
Do you want to get the rest of the team?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go back. Well, I'm gonna like catch my breath. I'm gonna go back and then go up and get. I'm only gonna
You
get.
can get everyone though. Everyone can make it.
I don't think I
That
should
only
get.
took
I don't
30
think I should
seconds
get.
to even need the breathing.
Well, I don't think I should get everyone because
You can only
we
take
need
one
to
person
have.
down with you.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
take Aragon because Aragon's athletic and has what is the thing that's like at 40 or something.
My speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Does that work in water?
And her dexterity.
So you're going
is
back
through
up?
the roof.
Yeah.
So-
it is.
Oh, the
What does
speed's
that
not
even
40
mean,
in water.
dexterity?
Like how
Okay,
bad
so
job.
you swim back?
I'm gonna
Okay.
go up, give
Like,
her some of
you
the
have
potion.
parkour.
Okay.
And
You
then
go up.
I-
What do you tell
You're
them anything? Do
super
you
good
say
at
anything?
I'm like,
Yeah.
hey guys, there's like
Legit.
air pockets down
That's
there.
indeed.
So
You can do
it's
this.
like a like a
Listen.
grease trap in a sink. Let's go. I stole that from Atlantis. Sorry.
Nice.
Alright.
It's like a grease trap in a sink. I can take one person. You guys have to be here to get ready to bring us all the way back.
Alright,
When we
ready.
get back. If we don't come back in 30 minutes, we don't come back in 15 minutes.
Hopefully there's a cave down
If we don't come back in 15
with air in
minutes,
it.
leave without us.
What? I was gonna say, kill all the mermaids. Murder them all.
Murder all of them.
Now
No, no,
everybody
if,
in
no,
the
no,
cave
no.
is
If we
murdered.
don't come back, in
Alright.
15 minutes, follow us down and see if you can make it.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So,
Alright.
you two,
Yep.
you take another breathing potion, or
We can make it in 30
Can you,
seconds.
can you
Are you
throw
yellow?
something up that makes it float to the top?
Yeah.
Is there anything you have that will float to the top if you've made it? Because I'm not trying to drown just to die with you guys.
I've got
Oh,
rope. I'll leave you
Anything that
my
will
food,
float.
hammer.
Anything that will float to the top.
Oh, my
You're dead to
blanket, clothes.
I have empty
You're not
potion
gonna die
bottles.
with me, you're
Yeah.
dead to me.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
okay. So,
So
We
a
left some
bottle.
stuff behind.
I have an empty potion bottle.
Okay.
okay.
I'm dead.
You guys swim underneath the water. You're going down, down, down to this deep, dark cave, and eventually you come to that place where it hooks sideways, just as you feel your breath is running out. You go and you swim, and you're able to pull yourself up into the cave where you're able to take another breath of air.
Okay.
And you look down underneath the water, very dim lit, but in your dark vision, you're able to see it goes for another ways horizontally.
Okay.
It goes kind of dips in and out of the like air pockets. Right?
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
I'm
Keep
going in.
Keep
Okay.
going.
You keep going, you swim down this channel, coming up ever so often when you need to get air. But you go into this channel when all of a sudden you come out again, you suddenly go up for air and you realize you're not in this little air pocket anymore. You're all of a sudden in
Atlantica.
this
Atlantis.
this
Wow.
great
Continent.
sort of
Britannia.
cave with a completely flat ground in front of you.
Okay.
Right? Now, a torrent of water is falling in a vast curtain
Okay.
right in front of you, just
Like a waterfall.
a very, very powerful waterfall. And this vast curtain right in front of you. So there's this large cave,
I'll pay him back.
Yeah.
Okay.
kind of shaped in the same shape of this lagoon, we could say. We're right here. It's all completely flat stone until you reach this point where it's not anymore.
Okay.
And all of a sudden,
Stove.
around the
So we can't swim under the torrent?
well, here, let me explain the rest of
Okay.
the room real quick. So, in this torrent here, you do in fact see that there is a bit of an edge to it, to where it's almost like a cube of water is cut from the sky. So
No,
it goes,
it's
or
okay.
from the sky,
Back,
from the
back.
ocean.
There.
There's a walkway here that walks on each side of the cube, but not all the way, not too far. It goes about, I'd say, another 15 feet on this side, another 15 feet on this side, which is perfect kind of rectangular shape. Cut. Now it's this large vacuum space. You're here on the edge, and there's these little stairs that lead up to that platform. Do you stand on it? Do you walk up there, or what are you doing?
Up or down?
Go up. Because you're in the water here, in this pool channel of water,
Oh, okay.
and then it goes up to this place where it's all completely flat stone and the waterfall.
Yeah, let's go up.
Yeah.
Okay, you walk up here, and as you do, you notice in front of you there appear to be little notches in the ground that look like places for people to stand. They have little
Alright, let's
footprints.
stand
stuck in
there
them.
and start singing.
They have little what?
Mermaidian.
Little footprints in them.
Mermaidian.
It's a chat
Who
line.
knows mermaid?
Yeah, you stand there.
Solely for games.
Can I roll for perception?
Yeah.
What the heck?
What are you trying to perceive about this?
Like if it's a trap, if they're like booby traps.
No, I think you stand there because you're opening the waterfall. There's
Okay.
like a
No, I
path
feel like
for
they're
it.
booby
You're looking at
traps.
this, and your insight is telling you you're not really sure. It appears to be some sort of test.
Oh, cool. Like to get into there.
Test.
Okay, cool. We're ready for this test.
Okay, so do you go and you stand in the footstep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, as you do, it opens up in front of you. The waterfall, just a little bit.
Dragons?
No, not dragons.
Dragons.
Get out of the boat, man.
Where a pathway opens up. Where? What is your piece again? You are the
Yellow.
yellow.
Blue,
Okay.
yellow.
So in this large platform, a piece opens up in front of you of this channel of water, and you can walk straight forward right through it. Okay.
Okay.
You notice that, and that's so far as all that happens for you. Nothing else is happening. She's still. You're all just standing here. You don't really know what else to do at this moment.
So they're
Well, I
both
go
on
do
this.
that too.
Okay, you go up and stand in the footstep.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, mine's straight shot
Oh,
there, but
it's
you're on a
different.
different platform, so it could be something different.
Yeah, mine's a different.
Okay. So you go and you stand in a different
No.
platform. This lands and it goes, and you're able to walk through this kind of squiggling pathway
I'm not sure.
as it
I'm not
cuts through the
sure.
waterfall.
Okay.
And so far, that's all that happens.
Can
What's
I
on the other
continue
side
to
of the
walk forward?
waterfall?
No, it's not opening for you.
Can I start singing?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just like thinking mermaids.
Mhm.
They're persuaded by music, so I'm going to start singing.
As you do that, you notice a dark shape in the water before you. It's swimming in this sort of downfall. You see, it looks like some sort of fish, but as it gets closer, it gets a little bit larger and larger, and you realize it's about the size of yourself, with added length as this great tail swoops behind it. It goes and it looks at you through this mirror of this torrential water coming down, and it looks at you and puts its hand out to you like this against this pane of water. And then it says, and it looks and sings its own little chiming bell song, and it goes and it looks and it points back behind you to this wall back here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, can I put my hand up to it as well?
Sure. Okay,
Okay.
you do that and you feel these cold pressed fingers. She goes and she pushes out and she curls your hand back to point your fingers back to this wall over here and forces you to look. You look and you see these sort of symbols all etched in this wall
Okay.
on this side.
All right, then I will turn around and go back towards those.
Okay, you
Yeah,
do that and you
I do
come
that.
back out this way. You're passing, you see her channel had opened up too.
That's
Like, hey.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
getting bored. Can
trying.
someone just untie me, please?
Okay. You come back and you see these here,
So-
and your channels disappear in the water.
okay.
So we read the symbols.
You look at those and
It's like a riddle, puzzle. I don't know.
You look at those, and in fact, it is an Elvish of all things.
Yes.
But
How convenient.
We both speak
Yeah,
Elvish.
we both.
sorry, you look at it, and in this Elvish tongue, it's this very old. It's a little bit older. It's more of this ancient Elvish, but it's still the same language. It would be like our equivalent of Old English. Yeah. No, the scribing on the wall, and it says something along the lines of, from what you can tell, in brief interpretation still, because it's this old spoken language, something about friendship and having.
Melok. Is that the word?
Yeah, that's the word actually, Milak.
Sweet.
Something about friendship.
So what do you do, Lady of the Night? Something that we have. I think we have to show them our friendship.
No, we
Just
have
gonna
to
get
speak
kinky real
friend
quick.
and enter.
Oh, okay.
Haven't you ever watched Lord of the Rings? And don't
Let's do
disturb
it.
the water, okay?
Meanwhile, all this is happening. It's been about 20 minutes. You guys on the surface.
Well, I'd like to.
Not you, get out of here.
Don't look at me then.
Well, it's already
Oh,
been
20
15,
minutes.
so
Yeah.
at 15, well, you never threw that bottle up to the surface.
I did.
No, you didn't. You
I
never
did
said
when I
you
was
did.
going down.
You never said you
Well, I
did.
freaking did.
Well, you didn't. So now,
Well, you guys can make it down because
You
we did it
did.
without it. It's only 30 seconds.
yeah, but we don't know that. We're
Well,
just like,
yeah,
oh,
nobody
they're
You
said
guys
probably
take
dead.
the risk.
Because I
For that
said,
15.
okay, when you go down, throw that bottle up to know that you're not dead.
Okay.
So
No,
we
because
think
you
you're
guys-
dead.
No, you
can
guys
either take
knew.
the
What
risk
are you
or
guys
whatever.
doing? Are you
You
gonna
guys
leave?
knew that it wasn't that far because I told you
We
guys
head
it
back
wasn't.
to the
I'm
tavern.
done with this.
Get some beer.
Alright, it was a
It's
good
your
run,
choice. You guys can take the risk
No,
or
you
not.
guys knew that it wasn't that far because I told you it wasn't that far the first time I came back.
Yeah, you said it wasn't that far. You didn't say how far that was, though.
Plus, you used a potion. We don't have a potion.
Yeah, they don't actually have a potion for.
So it could have been 4 minutes down while.
Well, are you gonna try to go or not?
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Are you guys gonna just leave or what?
Evan's also still tied up.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out.
It's like,
I'm not
I had to go
untied,
down.
Evan.
Guys.
Guys,
Okay, are you guys gonna come down or no?
Let's risk it. What else can we do?
Thank you.
I like Desi's idea.
Is he pretty bad down?
I think
Yeah.
we should all start singing and then kill all the mermaids.
Good
I'm actually-
You
choice.
guys can do whatever. Me and her are down
Let's
there.
do
watching-
it.
Why
Alright.
not? Okay. We all start singing.
You
We all
Alright.
start
Harmonizing
too.
Logan, they're all starting
Okay, we all start to sing.
to.
I sing from heaven.
Dude, this is
to
gonna be
help you
such
guys.
dope.
You all start singing on top of this rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
As
sing
you do
with
that,
me, I'm not
you're all
singing.
just singing, and you're just like very, very concerned. When all of a sudden you see a tail fin flap over here. It goes back underwater.
Yeah.
I'm ready for battle.
You're
Dude,
ready
seriously,
for
let's
battle.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
can I ready my
Throw your
magic
javelin.
missile?
I ready my magic missile. You're like,
Okay.
Wait, I think it's very
Feel
important
the
that
power
you
rush
guys know
through
what
your
song
arms.
you're
So, baby,
singing.
what's wrong?
What song is it?
yeah, what
Sing
songs
live.
are you singing?
Staying
No,
alive.
that's not it.
Hey, little mama.
What's the?
I pull up one of my javelins.
Okay.
Hey,
Just
little
like
mama.
throw it where I see the where I like.
Hey, baby, what's
I throw it
wrong?
at the mermaid.
Okay. All right, listening. So, you throw your javelin at the mermaid.
Yes.
The mermaid dips beneath the water. Your javelin is lost all of a sudden in the
Yeah.
ocean.
Oh,
Okay, I got
thanks.
3 javelins now.
Alright.
Yeah. It swims down. It kind of disappears beneath the rocks. And you
Sing
don't see it
louder.
again.
Yeah, let's sing louder.
I like,
Screw it.
Stand alive! Stand alive!
As you all sing, you all of a
Use
sudden,
our friendship.
you all of a sudden see it burst out of the water again, and kind of flip up in the air, and then gracefully go down to re-enter the water.
I'd like to throw a dagger at his
You were
spawn.
dead.
From the
Quit
sky.
looking at me.
Sorry.
He made me think I can do something.
You 4 are making these decisions.
That's a bruise.
5.
Also, no,
I heard.
4.
Yeah.
Where's
I heard.
Connor?
No, it's 5.
Was
your
guy
I
religious?
thought Connor died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me
Alright,
see.
also,
You serve-
Desi, you
what's
can
his serve to
go
God?
somewhere
What's
else. You
his
don't have to
religion?
stay with him.
It's not like a
Down
named
this side,
one.
I'll go
I
down
just
Okay.
follow. I just
Yeah,
serve
Desi's
a
going
God.
down in the water.
Could it
He's
be
not
with
correct.
Mala?
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know who you're.
Desi
Maybe
ditches
have,
them
like,
and
a
goes down the
connection
hole.
So I can pray
Are
to Mala
you
and,
still
like,
staying up
Yeah,
there?
we did.
Right, this
Okay.
one, yes.
Evan, that's something
You
you'd like
three
to do
are on
real
top.
quick.
What are you doing?
I'm praying to my God to help it to have like him somehow help me.
You're like the
Okay.
guy in Pirates
Hold
of
on,
the
I'll get
Caribbean.
back to that. All right.
Wait, can I help
Listening, listening,
I have the power for
listening,
I'm
listening.
an angel.
Okay.
I appreciate
Alright.
Here's what's going on. You two are currently praying. What are you doing?
The good old fashioned.
Well, I'm extremely religious, so if you're not the same religion as me, I'm condemning you hardcore.
I'm a real life angel.
I don't know if
Okay.
religion has-
Meanwhile, while you guys are up here praying and doing your
I'm
whatnot,
just continuing.
he's
to
continuing to sing "Stay Alive, Stay Alive" by himself while you guys
Pray
are
hard
praying.
enough, you can maybe
Desi,
wish me
however,
back into
just underneath the
existence.
water, and you go and you see
There
this
you go.
mermaid. She
I've
kind
done
of
it before.
she swims around you, very close to where you
Is
are.
it the
Guy came
damaged
back to
one?
life.
Is it the one that Evan threw a spear at?
He missed completely.
Oh.
She swims around you, just quite gracefully. You feel this torrent of water. She looks at you, and then looks down at the hole again, and then disappears, and swims around the rock to the other side. And do you continue to swim down?
Yes.
Okay. You swim down to the channel. You make it down. Find the air bubble. You come up. You go horizontal and you swim and you come up again, and when finally you open up into this large chamber where you find your other friends still alive.
We're reading this
Stay
riddle.
alive.
It's all about
Every time I put
friendship.
my
Yes,
graph
my
on the
number.
shower,
My accent changed.
Yeah, whoa.
Alright, we're trying to figure out what this wool says.
Yeah, but it's an Elvish,
Another
isn't
change.
it?
It's a knowledge.
Oh,
Like,
Wait.
it's in Old Elvish. We can read it. It says something
Is there a
about
way I can
friendship.
figure out what's
Probably speak friend in
Is there a way I
intern,
can figure
but
out
Probably
how
need that
to
for some
Yeah.
languages?
I'll be there.
I mean,
Yeah.
Chronic.
Yeah, even this is the same.
I'm gonna get bored because
at all.
Evan's praying to have me help you guys.
Okay.
Maybe I can
So
be the
funny.
So, you three are down there. Are you doing anything to signal the others? Or are you...
Let's
Yeah.
throw the potion up now.
I'd like to throw a firebolt through the water.
No.
Wait, crap.
no, because then they're gonna
Wait a
like.
second.
you know about
Sure,
that thing.
let's go take the.
No.
Well, I think one of us.
we're
I'll go
both-
back. I'll go
Wait,
back and just
no, you're
send
under-
the
Okay.
potion.
Yeah.
Or
You're-
potion, but the empty
Lady of the
potion
night
bottle.
goes and swims
Wait.
back through the channel,
We
coming
gotta
up for
say the
air.
friendship thing.
Well,
Yeah,
Desi's
you're
with you
drunk.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say the friend thing.
While Arya
Sorry.
And
Arya
Aragon.
Aragon.
are together in this large cave underneath the water, you're swimming back through the channel and throw up the potion. Do you go all the way back up, or do you just throw it up and then
Just
go
throw
back?
out the bottle.
Okay, you throw back up the bottle and you swim back. As you all are praying, you just feel the Holy Spirit of whatever thing you are praying to, when all of a sudden you hear this little bloop, and you see the little potion bottle all of a sudden pops up, and you're like, our prayers have been answered.
Yes.
I was like, this is the wrong prayer.
Thank you, Justice.
Are you praying to him?
I'm sorry, I was praying to you the whole time.
I get triggered pretty hard.
Okay, what do you all do?
I'm jumping in.
You
That's
jump
all
in.
I needed.
Alright, you jump in, you swim down, what do you do?
I jump in.
Alright, what do you do?
I was like, screw
You
this.
jumping in?
Not to be
Okay.
outdone.
All
I
of you
in.
jump in the water, and finally we can reach the last portion of tonight. And it took a while to get here.
But the singing was worth
This
it.
is
The singing was definitely worth it.
And the praying.
Alright, you get down to this large
You guys
chasm.
worship? Not praying.
Being like an onlooker of everything happening.
An onlooker. We're recording.
Oh, I know.
Alright,
I
I'm
was
dead.
like, I don't even need this anymore.
Alright, why is he screen
It looks cool. Look dope. If only your phone was this way.
Don't mind the board, it's not what you see, it's just what
It's not what you see.
What?
I see a massive
He's
drag.
been crawled.
Scream.
Oh, because you twisted it.
How?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Looks like a
Like,
bird.
how do you scream?
Okay.
Man.
So this is what you see.
Do it.
This only goes down.
That's not a scream.
It's a fun game.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Like
really
mini
fun game.
or whatever.
This goes
Have
down
you
to
played,
about
like,
here.
just the
Where
games
these
up?
candles are,
It's so
these
fun.
are the channels of
It's hard.
stone on this side that
Yeah.
reaches all the way around. Right. This is where the writing is on the wall. You're all over here. Not you. Get out.
So close.
Okay. So you're all over here. You come up these stairs onto this large flat stone, and you
The
see
final boss.
this large rushing torrent of water, this waterfall that's falling in this perfect cube as it cuts these corners right here
Listen.
to this side, like this, and it stops about here. The water continues to fall at these edges. Okay? So it cuts this sort of cube out of the water. Okay.
Yes.
And each one of them has a little hole right at, you see these little white markers?
Yeah.
It has a little hole right on these white
We
markers.
all have to
A
stand
place for
on
you to
one.
stand.
Alright, everyone stand on one. and
Everyone
we're gonna
go
hold
stand on
hands
a thing.
and do like a caravan.
And we have to chant. Everyone go stand on a thing and we're gonna chant.
Where do you go? I'll let you place your pieces.
I'm going here.
Wait, these white
No
things?
way.
Yeah, on a little white
way. Yeah.
Wait, no, Logan, she can't go here, right?
Yeah, I can.
Logan.
No,
You
you,
were-
have to
you
go
weren't
on the
listening.
edge.
You can walk
She can
all the
go
way
right
around
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
It's
you
true.
can go all the way until.
But we all need
Yeah,
to
wait,
be
be on the white
unison.
spot.
Sorry, on a white spot, one of these white spots. So like that one.
Okay, well we all need to be together though. That's the whole point of being friendship. You gotta be close.
Or we just have teamwork.
Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Where are you going?
Let's just all be next to each other. Why does that have to be difficult?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I made
Let me
that
know once you
decision.
each stand in your place.
I hope it doesn't open.
Who's red?
Because
Who's
of
red? Evan.
Yeah. Please
Evan's
don't let
the
it
dice.
open until Allie
Evan's the
comes
other
and
dice.
joins us
Fine.
in the line.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, go.
Unexpected.
All right. Are you all in your places?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
As
What
you
do you do
stand,
with that?
listening, we're at our last portion. Let's get through this. Okay. So,
Sounds like we're
I
doing-
played this before.
as you stand in your formation, on each of your little pedestals here, or your little concave areas where your feet slots would go, the waves all of a sudden begin to open up in front of you. This torrent of water, this waterfall begins to open up, and in the far end, you see this dim glowing light that we can actually say is where
It's me.
it looks like him, but it's not.
Dang
It's
it.
a doorway. Okay?
You look like a
It
rectangle.
appears to be through the
What can
water.
I
You're
say?
all somehow able to see. There's a doorway on this far end throughout this large chasm of torrential downpour. Now, if any of you were to touch the water, you would realize that quickly it's a swift undertow that would drag you severely down, down, down into the depths. All right? So, as you step, each of you draws one of these.
Oh no.
This is like the worst one. Can't redo.
You get it. redo.
Thank you. Perfect.
As this happens, all of these spaces that you were not on, all of a sudden, you notice that the water begins to swell, and the wake, the rock moves and opens up, and it pushes down these large torrential waves that were just in front of you just a moment ago. They're all of a sudden surrounding you on all corners of the square. So you over here, you're now completely isolated. Your spot is still open to walk forward. That's you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but this currently, the water is all over here, and you're unable to see the rest of the land.
Really good.
Okay, yeah.
Worst position ever.
So, here's what's going to happen. This game has a sort of mechanic. You have to make it all the way to that door, each of you,
Okay.
without hitting the wall.
For each other.
Well, you can hit each other, but you cannot hit the wall. So here's how this will work. If you see, we lay this pattern here, and you're on this little white slot, you're going to run along that white slot. Now, if I put this other pattern here, and see how this curves, I follow this curve, and this leads me back to a wall. Because it leads me back to a wall, I'm suddenly pushed into the torrent, and it falls down, and it sucks me up, and it pushes me down into the depths.
And you
I'm
died?
dead.
Yep.
And you die.
Alright.
You're down into the depths.
Alright, let's see.
Alright? So
didn't
you
say
cannot
we
hit the
died.
wall.
That's right. He didn't.
That's the
say.
assumption, right?
Yeah, Jones, help me
So
now.
I'm gonna pass this around. You each, okay, here's this too. If one of you makes it to the wall, all the tiles that you laid may then be taken up. Okay?
Okay.
Only the ones that you laid. Okay? So I'll pass this around. Who wants to go first?
Me.
I'd like to.
Do I
You?
put it down?
Wait, what do we
Alex,
do?
Can I lay it?
Yeah,
And
you lay yours and
I
then
thought we
take
would-
this stack and you'll pass it around and then lay each of yours. Okay. So here, take the stack and pass it around.
So now I lay mine down.
Sure.
So you can't have
Wait.
So you have to lay it in a place that moves your character. I don't care if it moves another character, because it will eventually.
Wait, then I take one. Pass.
You have to move your character around.
Oh.
You have to follow the line and push him out.
Whee.
Hold on, I got the next one.
Wait.
Wait, can I do that?
You're down there.
Yeah, you can.
No, you
You're
can't.
over there.
You put it in front
I mean,
of yours.
you're way over there, but
Well, can I combine?
Yeah, you're
Can
supposed to
we
put the
do
first
that?
one
Okay.
down
No, Logan,
that you
you
drew.
Yeah,
can do
he
it if
said
it
yes.
moves. If she
It
doesn't,
has
but
to
it's
move
not,
your character.
It's
It
not
can't
moving
move.
her character.
Yeah,
No.
mine. Because I can go like this.
No,
You
because
can't
No,
move
see,
back.
go one way.
Your character will
That's not how
automatically.
that
But
works.
I was over
Your
here.
character goes
Okay,
one
we're
way
on
automatically.
This one, and
See?
you came straight that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So you will be
why-
here.
Because I
So you
moved
can't
from
place
where
Well,
this
I don't
one
want
here.
you to move me. I want
You
to
have to move through there.
You have to
You're
move
supposed to
If you
along
have
the
a path,
lines.
you
of the
have to
Oh,
path.
I have
Your
to follow
path
that.
moves there.
That's
Yeah.
No matter what.
So it's like we use teamwork. So we all put each other right next to each other, and that's why I was like, guys, we're screwed.
Indeed.
Here, now put
Oh.
that. Once you put that one down. Put
Oh, okay.
But remember,
put it
once
down
you
with
get,
somebody else?
try to remember your tiles,
Has
because
to
once you
move
get to
you.
the end, you can remove all the
Go
tiles
like
that
that.
you yourself
Should
place.
do that.
You can, you don't have
Do
to.
that right up there. Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. That was
Now move your
beautiful.
yellow and then grab another one, and then take that.
Oh, well, I'm a
What
little
about this? Take
PO'd.
one. Put that
Yeah,
one down.
you put
and
that
then
one
take
down
it.
and take one
Nice.
and play it.
Wherever your person
You don't have.
I had a good one.
I know.
Could've
Oh, I
gone
played
to-
both of mine already.
If
Not
someone
yet,
didn't
Brina.
play the thing,
Dude.
I
Are you
would've
tense?
gone down to,
Yeah.
like stuff.
Nope. That sucks.
Ooh, noise. Who's red?
Me.
Alright, let's go.
You and me, man.
You better not kill me. You still have a card. I know.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
You-
snap.
I hate
Oh,
you.
shit.
This person is dead.
You should've
This person is dead.
Oh, wait a
We
minute.
just-
That is
That
insane.
just
Oh, no.
killed 2 people.
Who just died?
2 people have died
Oh
just
my
like
God.
that.
Okay, who died?
That's what you get for being
Hey,
my friend.
Go, Evan.
Okay. If you died, any of the pieces that you placed, you may remove.
Blake, you can't play.
Logan gave me 2 pieces.
My kneecap was under.
Oh my God.
No,
The gate is moving.
the gate is not
no.
moving.
Get out of there.
Yeah,
Put
Evan.
it somewhere random.
Wait, Evan, are you
I
dead or
removed
alive?
mine.
I'm alive.
You guys, good luck.
I'm panicking.
Hey, I got a good one.
Alright, Evan, go.
Eventually.
So who else was
What?
moved into the
You
wake?
can remove yours.
Connor, you
just
removed?
these 2,
Connor and Charles
Okay.
were.
Connor and Charles.
and then
As
Blake.
the water closes behind you, you find yourself being pushed ever more forward until finally you find yourself in this channel that's just
Oh, shit.
there's nowhere else to go. Connor and Charles, both of you, you're suddenly sucked up into the waves and you feel this rushing water all around you. You feel this torrential downfall as you're pulled down into the depths
Okay.
and you black out.
Okay, wait, who is still in?
Me.
Everyone that's on the board currently.
I'm.
Holy crap, that's
Alright,
a
I
crazy
got mine.
card.
Wait, do I have to follow it this way?
Yeah,
Indeed.
you have to. No, you have to go straight.
You have to follow it however it says.
I don't know which way it goes.
Goes
Yeah,
to
yeah,
there.
there.
Yeah, it goes
All right,
like that.
I'm going. Oh well, I guess the only option I really have is this one.
It's a dangerous move. It's close to that.
Well, what else can I
Does he?
do?
Are you still in?
Fair.
Yeah,
I'm not
nothing.
saying you can't do
Could have gotten
anything.
here.
That's so
Huh?
sad.
If you rotate
Why
that
did
180,
this
you
happen?
could have gotten me.
Okay, wait, who's next?
Seriously.
Yeah, but is that
What's
good?
your
Are you
what's
still
your
in?
alignment?
Yeah, he
Is
is.
it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. Isaac.
Awesome.
Neutral. Lawful.
At least if
Mine's
wait,
neutral,
if
good.
one of us makes it, is that good? Does that mean?
Then
Oh,
one of
then
you
the
makes
rest of
it.
us
At
can
least
go.
good. At
There
least
you go,
one of
Isaac.
us makes
You
it.
can remove all
Alright,
your
then,
cards
yeah.
once you get to the door if you want
Okay.
to make.
And
them
are you
all
still
top.
laying cards?
Oh,
That's what I'm
really?
saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
hasn't
you
been
do
his
it.
turn
Oh,
yet.
should
Okay.
be doing
Do
that.
that.
Evan,
All right, Evan. Wait, what are you
Wait,
doing?
stop.
You are not in this.
Blake, sorry, I'm helping.
you're ruining
No.
everything.
All right,
I'll
I
kill
have
you.
only helped anybody. I haven't killed anybody yet.
You're such
Except
a
yourself.
liar.
Except
You didn't kill
Except
anyone?
myself, but that
Alright.
was earlier.
Hey,
not
what
in
happened
this
to
game.
that goblin? That
Oh
little
wait,
one.
Who
wait.
knows?
Yeah, you were with
He
me.
ran off.
He's probably dead.
What
with
happened
all
to
the other goblins?
The E guy.
All right, go.
They cut him
Ali,
free.
you're next.
Oh, really?
You're talking about the
Hey, why'd you
meme
call
or
him
what?
E guy?
Forgot his name. I just remember the E sitting there.
I love that.
Okay, remember? Oh yeah,
That
you're
meme
good.
is stupid.
I love it, and I don't know why. Have you seen
Good.
like the jealous girlfriend one?
Yeah.
Are you yellow?
They pasted his
It's your
head
turn.
onto the boyfriend. He's like looking
How did two of
back,
you
and
end
the
up on the same
girlfriend's
path?
jealous. And then it
He
shows the
did.
back.
Oh,
of- this
he
one
was
goes
over
this
here
way.
and he
Yeah,
played
you
a thing,
killed
so
another
he
It
went
shows just clips of the
around.
girl, and right on the back is a giant.
Is that weird?
Evan,
That's
Evan, you're
not
dead.
possible.
Yes,
Evan
it
just
is.
died.
Yes, it actually is. So he played this. He was like right here.
It's happened
and he
before.
played this right here.
Oh,
And so he went all the way around and followed it up.
Isn't that crazy?
But if he
Wait,
got,
why?
if
that's
he,
not possible for you two
How
to
did
get
I
on the
die?
same
No,
path.
you didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because
no, he died because
could he
when she
die?
put this, he
He was
goes
right-
straight off.
Oh yeah.
no, you guys were on the
No,
same
you're
one.
following
It's
the
on
wrong
same
path.
thing.
No, you're following the
You're-
wrong one.
What I'm saying is, how are they on the same?
It's impossible to be on the
shouldn't
same
be
path. So
I
don't
trust
know.
Logan.
Someone's dead.
No, because
One of you were.
I was here.
Where'd
He
you
was
start?
here.
Evan, just tell me where you started and we'll follow your path.
Okay. Hold on, let me figure this out.
You're recording it. Just
Rewind the
Next.
video and we'll
I'm
find
not
out.
stopping the video.
Am I
to
next?
rewind it.
Here's where I started.
Okay, yeah, so you
Follow.
should
So
be
you just
you
went
should be
right?
there, yeah. You should be you should be following.
Okay, so who's yellow?
Me.
So where'd you start?
I don't remember.
Oh gosh.
You were like,
Because
oh,
my pieces were taken away.
She started here, and then they
Your
sent her
pieces
there.
were taken away?
Yeah.
Okay, then,
And then
that's
those
a way
pieces
that
were
it might
taken
work.
away.
Okay, so we'll say,
Oh,
we'll just
yeah,
let it happen.
that's
So
how-
Oh, okay.
maybe
That's
it
how
works.
that
Yeah.
Buddy.
Wait, who put
That's crazy.
the piece down?
I
took-
did.
we
I
took
put
all
that
of our
right there.
pieces
Yeah.
away.
That means
Alright,
me and
your
Evan,
fates
we
are
better be working together all
together.
Tied.
I was the closest.
Obviously, you
Trying.
die.
Do you just die?
No,
No.
Thanks, Blake.
not yet.
Oh,
He
but
has
you're
to
going
play something.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
else.
Evan, it's your turn. Or wait, Desiree, you still on this?
Yeah.
Alright, Desiree, your turn.
Then here
Whose
you go.
turn is
No,
it?
No,
it's
it's my
Bree. It's
turn.
your turn. I just went.
Oh.
Watch the door be
Thing.
nothing, and you're supposed to fall off.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
right? Hasn't that happened before?
Evan, you're
You
just
done that
along
in a
for the
puzzle?
ride.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just watch
No,
That would be dumb.
No, I can,
True.
Wait,
Alright,
turn, I
fair
can do
enough.
Stuff.
I guess.
Alright.
And she's along for the ride.
I
after
choose
that.
my rules. Winners
yeah, well,
are
I've been making
winners.
all the way
Alright,
so
you.
far. I've got you for.
She's the dominant one.
If you can get from
up.
here to here,
I was thinking.
then you can go.
Because then I can go.
Wait.
No,
Follow no.
You'll,
Either way.
you'll be alive still.
You'll still be alive there though. And you
I
could
don't
possibly
know that.
follow it back.
I kind of like this one better.
Oh
'Cause I wanna
wait.
be at
Then you're on the same path as.
No.
No.
Oh wait.
It looks like it, but.
Oh okay.
Alright,
okay.
That
Desi.
actually isn't too bad.
Sorry, Aria.
Sweet.
Oh.
What the
Cool.
heck?
I love how you did
Oh,
that.
Evan, are you still in?
Could've just gone.
Alright,
Alright,
Evan.
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 This is the funner
It's better
one.
be good.
Evan, how do you have so many of those?
Blake
Yes.
keeps,
Evan, that's so weird. How do you have
I actually
so
like
many?
that, Evan.
Wait.
Blake keeps throwing them in.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop doing that.
Oh, it's
Nice.
my turn.
I mean, you just got rid of all of them, and you still need one.
Weird.
Should have picked and choose which one you had.
I don't understand.
the one I
so
wanted
if I put
anyway.
This here,
There you go, my man.
You made it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, Allie did it.
Wait, no, you
All right,
missed.
now you get to remove all the ones that you remember
Oh, wait.
laying.
Is the
Definitely
door
that
Laying?
one.
Is
Yeah.
the door both notches?
You get to. You don't have to.
Yeah,
You
you
don't-
don't have
Oh,
to.
I don't want to.
You might want to remove that one because it makes it impossible for anyone to get there.
Why do
Yeah.
I not want them
Just
to get
remove
there?
it.
No, they can't get
You
there.
can't get.
Everyone
they
else
can't
is
get
gonna
there.
do
Your
it.
path won't
Oh,
lead
oh,
there.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Let them die.
We
Well,
made it
this is
through.
not a good one to
Also,
have there.
all-
I
We
think.
made
also,
it, Evan.
All shall
Wait,
perish.
that's-
You
Yeah.
gotta make it to the door.
You have to make it to the door.
Oh, what the heck?
You just don't
Let
need
them
to
find out
just-
later.
Are you serious? Well, let's just take that piece away.
Wait, where's the door? The door's there.
The door is the white
I think
piece.
you should.
Is it
Probably
better for
die
me to
for
remove
that
them?
Why? I didn't know.
The door's where the white piece is.
That's
You should
stupid.
just
Die
give yourself
for that
false
one.
hope. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah,
Can it be on
I didn't know
either
that
of
either.
Those?
Well, we only got one way to go.
I think I probably did that.
That piece
Well,
would kill
I
you.
put this
Wait,
down.
Richard.
That piece killed you.
Why?
Because it leads you straight into the wall.
But it doesn't right now.
Okay, we didn't.
Because
We
I
weren't.
didn't
We
know it
weren't
was the
clear
wall.
on
I
the
thought you
rules.
made
Like
it no matter
we
what.
thought that it was just like you get to the other side.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was a
definitely
door.
thought
I
this.
made it pretty clear. I thought there was a door.
No,
The
I-
door is a
I
wall.
didn't know
Yeah,
that
I
either.
disagree.
I
You-
didn't-
Yeah, I
I
disagree.
thought it was, but I was
Wait,
helping
wait,
her out,
what?
and I'm like, oh, just do that, you'll be at the end.
I
Yeah.
have it.
Oh, wait, there's
He
a
said
door?
this is the door. It looks like Blake because it's kind of, but not.
I
really.
remember him saying
Because
that, but I
it's
don't
a-
remember that that was the only
rectangle.
way.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
thought that was
actually,
just
he
like-
said
I
it
didn't
was the door.
He said it was
Oh,
the
he
door, and he
said
said
it was
if
the
you
door,
go
and
into
it
the
is.
wall, you're
I
die.
thought it was like these are all walls.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
opening,
the
and then
whole
you just walk to
door.
the door once you're on the
No,
other
no,
side.
no. You have to walk to that door.
Yeah.
Take back
Oh.
that last piece, if you can. If there's anything you can, or no, there's nothing you could do for that piece. Yeah.
Except
All right.
that.
So here's what happens. All right. So who's the last person that can make it to the door? You two run into the
Wait,
wall.
no, they can. Hold on, they can.
That piece leads them
keep
straight.
Like this.
No. It
No,
leads
wait,
us
hold on.
sideways.
We were just at where we were. Where we
No,
wouldn't
we were
die.
we were
They-
fine
they
where we
either
were
die
at.
or
Yeah,
they
no,
go
it was
there.
fine.
No,
Connor, it was
they
fine
did.
where it was at.
It was
Connor,
like that.
what are
We're
you talking
sideways.
about?
Yeah, it was fine
Oh,
where
you
it
make
was
it that
at.
way? Yeah, do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, do
That's what
that.
we were doing.
All right, do it. Before you
yeah,
run
I
into
was
the wall.
literally-
Debate about
Okay.
You ever just sit here. What the heck?
What is happening?
Yes, do that.
No, you're gonna go straight into the
I'm
wall.
gonna die no matter
Do
what.
it.
Thanks, guys.
It was fun playing with you. Isaac, your tunnel encloses on you.
I hold my breath.
You hold your breath, and all of a sudden you're
Swim
sucked
really
down
hard
into the
against
water,
The waterfall.
I may have been the first and second death.
and you begin to
but I
black
wasn't the
out,
last.
and you disappear into the void.
Okay,
Evan,
Desi,
you
you're
better have
next.
something.
So I opened everything else for
prolong
you.
it.
I wouldn't.
Let's
I
see.
Yeah,
wouldn't.
because
But
it's
then
then
I'd be
turn
right
around
here.
right here.
I'd be right here
Yeah.
because
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you put
I can't put it here. It would
Oh,
only
yeah.
lead me back to the end.
Wait, yeah,
But what
don't you have to follow it that way though,
but
since that's
if
how
you
you
turn,
started?
hold on,
What?
if you turn it, can I see
Yeah,
it?
because you were moving.
If you can
this
make
way,
it
so
to
you have
either
to
one
move
of
that
these
way,
two
right?
pieces,
Do?
you
I
can
thought-
make it
isn't
to
that
either
it?
one
Yeah.
of these two.
You can't go.
Then you'll.
No, yeah,
then
you
you'll
can't
make
go
it.
You're
back.
at the edge.
You can't go
You
back
have to
on the
follow
track.
whatever edge you're on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm dead.
Oh crap.
There's no way
Evan.
I can turn this.
We're the
Okay.
last.
Gosh,
two.
she's on a different
Jump
part.
to the
There we
ground.
You
go.
want to try it?
I can
What
do
you
it. I think.
Can
So
you?
nothing?
I think.
No.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
leave
Desi
none of
has to
those.
die. I can save you.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's what you get for
There you
killing
go.
us.
You go on the
so
path,
if I
pushes
do
you
Yes.
forward, hit the wall, and you're sucked down into the void
Oh,
again.
jeez.
I do this.
Does that
Same thing.
count
Okay.
as the door?
Yeah, there's
Anything?
This kills me.
that
Us?
turns you
That
around.
S. That
Oh
turns
yeah,
me
you
around.
guys are in
Anyone
this
that's
together.
dead could have removed
This-
their pieces. So.
This
Wait,
will
anyone?
spin us around, and then we can only die.
No, if it spins us
Sucks
around.
that you
Wait,
guys
go
are
back.
in this together.
Yeah, I know. Spin this around. Time out. We still
Okay.
have this. We're still stuck
There's a
here.
But it can
Small
only really,
chance
it
that
can
that
only
can
But
really
you
get
can
you.
flip it
Yeah,
around
I know there's a
somewhere
small
else.
chance, but that's
Bring
the
it
only chance
around.
we
But
have right now.
I think it might be better
To do what?
to do this.
Oh wait, why don't we do that?
I was just looking at all of our options.
Yeah.
From scratch.
No, hold on.
Nope.
No,
You go
you were
back
on
to
this
here.
one. It would go
If
here.
yeah, we would go over here. But if
Oh.
I'm trying to think if there's.
I don't think that's bad. I don't know.
Oh wait, no. This would push us here.
Yeah,
Is it
that's
here?
true.
That
Wait,
seems
where
like a
would it
smarter
push us?
option.
Oh.
Right here.
You were
Oh
on
yeah,
that, yep.
perfect. Let's do that. Okay.
All right. Remember,
Good luck
any
with that
pieces
next
that you did
piece.
not lay, you can remove.
No.
Are you
Okay.
guys dead yet?
No.
Okay.
Oh
good.
crap! Oh, that
Wait,
definitely
wait,
leads us
wait.
to death.
You can remove
be
these.
removed. Strat.
Or
Oh,
you can
yes.
I know,
remove
but
it- you can remove anything that you haven't like.
Okay, cool. Well, we don't need those anymore. Oh crap! Oh, there we go. Wait, that's better. Well, that still leads us away.
Wait, why didn't you just?
Nope, that leads us back.
Nah.
Or
fine.
that, which leads us up.
No.
But this spins around.
I wouldn't be able to get us there though.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Go back.
No.
So
If
which
I
one?
hold on.
This, the up one?
Yeah, and then if I
No.
They're
Okay,
dead.
the only option we really
Yeah.
have is the
That's a
straight.
die.
The straight, just that. Okay, cool.
Straight.
Straight.
And then you can flip.
which
And now you're going back.
Now we're
No
going
matter
back.
what way you go.
Yeah.
But technically, couldn't we do this and remove that card?
No, because
No.
if you.
You
Oh,
laid
okay.
that card.
Placed all these
Yeah.
down. There you go.
You can only remove
Oh,
it once.
jeez.
Well, have I
You're
didn't remove.
close.
Can
Good
I
luck,
remove
bud.
this?
this isn't terrible.
Yeah, you did not lay
Depends
these,
on how
did
you
you?
use it.
No. Can we just remove all of those?
They're gone.
All
Hold
right.
on.
Thank you.
I laid that one.
Okay, lay it back then.
No, not
Oh.
that one. It's this one.
Gosh, take it
How
out.
do you remember?
I think. Wait a minute. No. I laid that one.
Okay, yeah, you're gone. Okay.
Okay. What about this one? This one oh wait, crap. Wait, which one?
Yeah, none of those.
No, this one oh wait, we're on this path.
It's like
Dang
the
it.
same
I always
one.
forget that.
Wait. I have this which will like spin us around.
No matter what? Okay,
Pretty much.
well then this will lead us right here.
If I do. Uh oh.
So it'll spin you guys around. You'll be on
To
the
there.
same piece. And then you have to do one that curves
Oh
back
my
up.
gosh, this is
Shoot.
crazy.
We're
Except
dead.
You're dead.
Oh wait.
Wait.
Oh
wait.
No, we're
my
not
God.
dead. We're not dead.
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
Can you guys just
Oh
die
my
already?
gosh.
Everybody else died.
Lance, no.
That'll be.
Uh,
That'll be good.
Shoot.
There you go, Evan.
ah!
here we go.
It works.
We'll see. Next piece. We'll see.
Oh my gosh, Lord. Oh wait.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Is your piece enough to do it
Holy.
then?
Oh my gosh. We did it. Yes, we did it.
Hey, we We have children sleeping,
Oh,
and everyone.
They're upstairs.
Yeah,
They're like
we-
2 floors.
Even if we
ahead.
were on the main floor, they
I
wouldn't. They
cannot
wouldn't hear us.
believe we just made it.
Thanks
All
for
right.
being kind boys.
All
For all
right.
of those who didn't believe in us.
For all of
Yeah,
them.
for real.
Okay, so now what?
Okay.
We gotta
Epic.
finish the campaign.
Let's close this off. Here we go.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
pinch it
Oh
off.
Okay. All right. Let's close. Yeah.
Let's
Close
finish
it
so
up.
we can sleep.
Ain't me.
I'm tired.
All right.
2:18.
So let's days
I have to wake up
Okay.
at 5.
Let's listen.
Are you serious?
Listen up. I'm closing this out.
Okay.
So you go. And who all reached the end? Raise your hand.
Just you
You
died.
too.
No,
I
she
did it.
survived.
I
She's
was
the
the first one to
one.
make it.
All right. These three.
You said that was so much sass. Shut up.
Aragon, the
Yes.
Lady of the Night, and Jazzy Pants.
I like that.
That's close enough.
I'm okay with
Yes,
it.
You make it to the other side, which is a very similar looking cave, except for on the walls it's more scribed Elvish, and suddenly that torrent of water, it begins to drip slower and slower until the waterfall weakens and you see and hear the floor closing up, this as it begins to close over above in the roof and beneath, creating this large cavern, right? And in the very middle, there's in fact a pool of water. Not very deep at all. It's probably about 2-3 feet deep at most in this large circle. And in this large circle, there is a second pedestal. It's like a big donut or a target. In the middle, there is in fact the last piece.
Good, because he died without giving anyone else the piece, so we're gonna all die anyway.
Yeah, you guys can't finish this puzzle. It
Thank
doesn't matter
you.
if you get
Wait,
this piece.
I was carrying
Yep.
it.
He didn't
And
give anyone
in-
the piece.
The fountain in the middle,
Give it
there's
to
this
me.
ring, this pool of water.
I died.
It's the floating bodies of all your friends.
That's
Oh,
There
you're
you go.
lucky.
I didn't even.
not
I
fair.
completely forgot that your
Yeah.
piece was in your body. I was having this being in the place in the first place. All your friends there, except for you. You're gone. You killed yourself. You did this.
Great, we gotta.
Oh, wait,
So we're just.
there we
You're
go.
all floating there,
Floating.
kind of succumb,
I wake up.
completely quiet. Actually, in
Wait,
fact,
what?
you begin to gurgle and spit, and you look up and you're. You take in a breath and you look around.
So there was no point in feigning.
You look around.
I knew we wouldn't
I
die.
just bad.
That's what they said.
A lot.
What?
And you see your friends. And the last piece sitting there in the pedestal. You look up, the shining light gleaming in front of you. Alright?
I am the
What do you
shining light.
Dude, I'm gonna grab
Is
it.
it
I
a
do
trap?
one of these.
Is
I
it
do
a
one of
trap?
these.
I'm gonna take my backpack
No,
and
oh,
switch it
oh,
out.
I
Okay,
do
we've
one of
already gone
these.
through the
Is
freaking
it a
I
basics.
said, wait, guys.
Wait.
Can we finish the flipping?
It's a trap.
thing?
It's a trap. So
Keep
we're gonna do an
talking, Lauren.
Indiana Jones. You guys are dead. You don't get a say.
I know what you mean.
No,
where you
we're
put like
alive.
a piece
We're
of
all
You
heavy.
are, your dead bodies are floating down. You're not.
We're alive, homie.
I'd like to
There
wipe
was
the
no
saliva
point
from my
in
face.
They're alive, so how about
No.
At once, it
You
seems very
produce-
strange, but every one of the bodies looks up at the same exact time. They all sit up in their place. It is in fact your friends, but as they look at you, you see
Oh,
their eyes,
crap.
they're glazed over, something's
I
wrong.
wish I was alive.
You're unsure, but
We're not dead.
Our
You're not
dead
certain
friends
this is
are
your
gonna
friend.
try to defeat us.
I know.
I can. It's fine. I can do
I
it.
won't be able to.
what do you do? You see your friends, they're all sitting there in this
Alright,
pool of
well,
water.
they're
They
not
look up
doing
and
I'm
anything.
ready
This
to
is
attack.
something to do.
I'm ready
Let's
to
just-
attack. Let's kill him.
Okay, well you're
religious
dead. You don't have a
thing.
conscience right now. So I got like Allie's plan where you put a backpack as heavy as the object and you switch it out.
Okay.
Is that what you're
Oh,
planning?
yeah.
with?
Yeah, we're
I
gonna do
pull my
that.
sword out.
Where are you in all this? You're over here.
I have a bow and
This
arrow,
one's
and I can just shoot on my friends.
Evan, it's a
Mm.
I also have a bow and arrow. No, but you can't shoot people. You can't do it.
Okay, well
Can
you
you
know
do
what?
it?
It's a game.
Okay,
It's not even
I'll
a
do it.
cultural thing,
I'll
so
do
it's
it.
No, if
You
we
not
both do
nice
it,
on
I
my
can
land.
shoot through two.
Right.
You can shoot through two.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But who's gonna swap it out and get
I
Evan?
said no. We just
Okay.
gotta shoot them.
I will do it. I freaking will.
no,
Don't
Oh
even
wait, yeah,
test
Evan
me.
is still alive. I thought you died.
I-
he went across with me.
It
I
says
wasn't
that
paying attention.
I will
dead.
do whatever,
Oh, yeah.
even if it's really. I will do whatever's like the coolest thing, even if it's really stupid.
No, I'm evil. So.
Why have you been playing a good character then?
I don't know. I just read that.
You should. What?
Little unbeknownst to all of you, I'm actually quite evil.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
So you should kill Allie or whatever your face and Evan, and then just take the thing.
No, but
Yeah,
that's
that
not,
would be.
that's
the
not a
evil
that would be
chaotic
thing
evil.
to do.
thing.
Well, I'm like.
You
what
fake
am
it
I?
the entire
I'm like,
No,
time.
it
Chaotic
would.
neutral.
She
I'm
lets you
chaotic
do it, and then
neutral.
kills
She's
you.
kind of in the middle, but she's more on the bad side.
Yes, I'm in the middle.
She's
So
neutral
you
evil?
only
Yeah,
kill one.
chaotic.
I'm
She's
chaotic
chaotic
neutral.
neutral.
I'm chaotic.
Oh, chaotic
That means
neutral?
you just
Yeah.
kind of do
We're
whatever
all
you feel.
You
chaotic
do what you feel
neutral.
like doing.
I'm
Whatever.
lawful. I'm lawful.
I really
good.
want to shoot all my friends. So.
Wow.
The dead ones or
No,
the...
just
Dead
dead
ones?
ones.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Oh.
That sounds weird.
Dude,
All
you know,
of
roll
them.
for damage. I'm not
Yeah,
stopping.
they're
Alright.
They just
Oh my
got
god.
up. There's also
I wanna
a
shoot
fifth
all my
body
friends with my
there.
bow and
You
arrow.
should be surprised.
Who do you shoot first?
Nobody
17.
You
even
definitely hit.
noticed.
Who do you shoot at?
Who do I
For
shoot
you,
first?
Who do you shoot
that's-
first?
So that second Benny thing.
Too loud. Too loud.
I shoot Charles. Sorry, Charles.
Wrong
Oof.
choice.
Okay. You shoot him. The arrow
Catch
goes.
shot.
It sticks directly into his chest. And he just looks at you. He's just...
Bruh, if I'm dead, you just.
Did we get the piece?
But
We can't be
Yeah,
killed.
sweet.
I'm already
What?
dead, homie.
You see his face
You're
turn
right.
sort of melancholy as he stands up.
Allie, they're already dead. We forgot about that part.
Yeah, they are. I told you they're
Real
dead
quick.
already.
Yeah, well, you were gonna
Yeah,
shoot
he just
you.
stands
Real
up. He
quick.
doesn't even move
So-
towards you.
Yeah,
Ah.
they're-
We just
Alright.
need to make.
I
You
can
have
draw on
speed, so
divine
we just need to
magic
make
through
it to the
meditation
table.
then
and
I
prayer
run.
to cast
Alright.
spells.
Alright, I'm running.
What does that mean exactly?
What do
And
I?
how can I use it now?
Okay. You have certain spells.
Like, yeah, but like,
What is
Don't
that?
worry about it.
Oh.
please.
Divine sense and light.
oh, so it's not like I can.
It's
not
like that's
I,
where you draw your
I
bow.
thought it was like
Alright,
a pray hard.
I have
Wait, wait, wait,
14.
question.
Spell.
Question: if I pour my
Not
healing
quite.
potions into the water while my friends are in the water,
What is
will they come
divine
back to life?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna try
It
that.
tells if something divine is
Hey,
happening.
I'm gonna
How
save
many
all of
potions
your
do you have?
lives.
Can I do that?
4.
Right now.
4 healing.
If Excalibur comes back, he has an arrow in his heart. So, okay, I just
Sorry.
rolled 14 for speed to go run and
6.
grab it.
You go and you like pour all this stuff in the water while
Pour all
meanwhile
4
you're
of
running
them.
Yeah,
out.
I have.
Aragon's
I
running
have
up.
4. I rolled 14.
Anyone else that is wait, you're the only other one still living, right?
No, I'm alive.
I scored 14 to run up and
Yeah,
grab
okay.
the piece.
You run up and you jump over this pool of water.
Can you throw it to me?
You land on the pedestal and you grab the first piece. You
Okay,
hold it in your hand.
Can you
Throw it.
to
I
me?
have it.
Throw
you
it.
have it.
Throw it to me.
What do you do?
Throw it.
All right.
Your
Where
friends
are
all
you?
they look up you and
I'm
look,
behind you.
all your
Throw
friends
it.
they look
Or
up
no,
to you
I'm
in this
at the water.
melancholy.
Okay, they're not doing anything though. That's the problem.
Here.
Where's the other
I'm
pieces?
not
Can I
here.
combine
I
them?
have all of them and they're ready to be
Oh, wait.
combined. I'm literally missing the
She
one
has all of
piece.
I
them.
thought they
You
were
have
all at
them.
the town.
Okay, did
Throw
you
it
grab
to
them
me.
from?
She's down
I got
here
it
at
from
the
it.
edge of the pool.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it
I
to you.
thought they were all at the
I'd like to
town.
saw
besides
it
one
in
that
half.
you
All right.
Boom!
You do it.
This new one.
Ta-da! All of a
When did
sudden,
we pick them up?
you
Wait,
pull this
this is
cube.
the big
Hold the
one
cube
that-
up.
Hey, this is a big one.
Okay.
Did you take the one out of my pocket?
You took it out of your pocket.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm dead. I can't even move.
I took it out of your pocket then
Okay.
when I was pouring
It's
the
in the
potion
cube.
in
I'm
there.
just saying.
Also
This
felt
cube
proud of
clasps
this
together, and all of a sudden, all around you, you feel the earth move under your feet. You see the skies, they're falling down, and all of a sudden, the earth heaves up this great, with great power. You feel as if a volcano is rushing beneath your feet as it's the entire island begins to move back up towards the skies. The mermaids all around you begin to
Nice.
sing in the caves.
Is it earth?
It echoes off these walls, unbeknownst to where they are. But you see all of a sudden a shaft of light begins to shine from above and down into this pool here. Your friends in their melancholy voice, they all turn and look to the inscription on the wall that reads something along the lines of
The all.
friendship.
Yeah.
Listen. Friendship lies beyond survival. Don't forget the water's end. That's what they cry out to you. It's the mermaid's last message to you. Don't forget us when you get your land back. And that's the last thing that you hear when the sky opens up. Everybody wants to save the world. Everybody wants to save the world.
Nope.
But no one wants to die.
That is so dumb.
How is that dumb?
And all of a sudden,
Shit.
all the earth beneath you, it raises up and raises
I'm
onto
good.
where that
Yeah.
stone was. You rise out of the ocean on this great pedestal of land. In fact, it creates a sort of tower, and you rise above your entire island, looking down on everything that you've saved. Your friends turn, their faces that were glazed over, they look to you, and
Can I
the
say
scales
that?
shed from their eyes, and they're able to say one last thing to you before they're gone to the afterlife.
Aw, what do you want to say?
You did this to me.
You did this to me. You know what you did.
I didn't kill you, Arya did.
Who else is dead? What do you say?
Who's dead?
I say this.
What?
No one else is dead.
What do I say?
He just goes,
Then you disappeared.
Yeah.
Right.
I just
Arya,
buried.
any last words?
you.
Any last
At
words?
least the mission was completed.
Cool.
Alright.
True that.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You all completed
What?
your first Dungeons and Dragons campaign. For those of you who had it,
Yeah.
congratulations. We're done.
God.
I don't think I've actually ever
Oh,
Optimus
God.
Prime is now alive.
Go get it.
It's so perfect.
Hey,
It's like
what's up,
freaking
guys?
like
Thanks for
you
watching
said.
the video, and I'll see you next week.
Hey, guys.